So I'm not going to be able to tell you already.
That's all right. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, I am Dolapo Benga Ehua. And of course, I'm married with 2 children, 2 wonderful boys. I'm a teacher. I'm a super teacher. Yeah. So basically it.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Miss Dolapo, right?
Dolapo. Yes.
Yeah. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Lagos, born and bred in Lagos. Yes.
Oh wow! How much time did you spend there?
Practically all my life. Okay, yes. There was a time. Okay, I was in secondary school. Had to go to boarding house, then to the university. Though practically all my life in Lagos. I only moved out of Lagos like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all your schooling was in Lagos?
Well, I schooled at Unilag Staff School in Lagos. Then I moved to Ogun State for my secondary education, and then to Olabisi Onabanjo University for my BSc in Geography, and then to OAU, where I bagged an MSc in Environmental Control and Management, and then to National Open University of Nigeria here in Abuja, where I bagged a PGD in Education. Yeah. So
that's a lot of academia, or how do I put it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, how was your childhood like?
Well, okay. For me, growing up was fun, and that was because I had parents who were very supportive. I had parents who didn't make me feel like I was different. I'm the second child of 3 children, all girls. And of course, we always had cousins, friends sleeping about our place. So we had to share everything we had, and everybody was treated equally. I had to eat what everybody ate, And so, yeah, growing up was real fun. Yeah, and I remember a time because I lost my mom when I was just 7. So my auntie was telling me one of these days that there was a time I actually asked my mom why I was different from every other person. And my mom said to me, oh, you're different because God loves you the most. So probably that kept me, going, unknown to me. Yeah.
Okay. So that is you and your relationship with your family.
Yes.
And, so how about outside your family? How was it like growing up as a child?
I was a very active child, very restless child. I could talk to anybody. And I see that in my first son right now. I could talk to anybody. I was very active, very friendly. Yes. And so.
Okay. So how about in school?
Yes.
Early education, with being different from other kids. How was the reception like? How was the treatment like, and the association growing up?
Okay. Firstly, of course, you find people calling you names and Iwo, and I just laugh. I'm like, okay, Blackie, I always had a sense of humor. So at that time, I wasn't really aware. Yes, I knew I was different, but I just felt it was all fun, So there was really never any time at that age where I felt like crying, or I felt really bad. No, it was all fun for me. You call me a name, I just laugh, and I call you. The truth is, I was very, very confident as a child. That's the truth. So it could be probably because of the kind of treatment I got from home. Nobody saw me, or nobody treated me as different at home. And so probably that, affected my relationship with people outside.
Okay. Yeah. So you would say that the treatment from home,
yes,
was a factor to...
A very big factor.
Okay. Right. So was there anything different other than that, in the outside world? Okay,
yes, growing up, this is an experience I was really willing to share. Okay, so there was this time, that was, of course, when I was in the university. Okay, when I was in secondary school, I started getting more conscious of myself and all of that, and then I got a bit withdrawn. That's the truth. I got a bit withdrawn, but I didn't make it look like I was timid. It was more of not talking to, not talking to everybody around me. Not necessarily, people actually thought I was proud. I guess it was just, a way of covering up, but I was surrounded with very good friends. Of course, I was always reading my books. And the truth is that I was always the best at what I did. And so you had no reason to treat me in a sense. People wanted to be my friend and all of that. Yes, so yes, one factor, I was surrounded by very good friends. After some time, I got out of it again. And then after university, I tried to get a job as a teacher somewhere in Lekki. And okay, a friend was leaving the school and wanted to replace me. And so when I got there, I had the interview. Everything seemed really well. So I called her in the evening. Oh, Sandra, how did it go? And then she was like, the HR was angry with her. I'm like, for what? She said, because you're different. And I, oh, really? You know, I was really hurt. You know, I spoke with a cousin about it. Like, no, let's sue them. I was like, for what? You know, and it was, you know, an elite school in Lekki where you won't expect such. And when I walked into the school, the children were very accommodating because most of these children are really exposed. So they don't see you, a lot of them don't even see you as albino. Some of them see you as, oh, one white person, you know, that's just coming from somewhere. You know, so I was wondering why an adult would think like that. But I did not give up. Here I am today, still a teacher, one of the leading schools in Abuja. So that didn't, you know, put me down. Yeah, for some time I felt, oh, why would this person talk like this? But I picked myself up and then I worked on myself. Very important. I worked on myself. And yeah, here I am.
Okay. That's actually a very intriguing story. Well, are there associations, for people with similar pigmentation?
Oh yes. There's this association called Albino Foundation. Yes. I don't belong to the association, but I have a very, very close friend, Onyinye, who belongs to it, who is actually an advocate. You see, I'm sure if you follow her, you see her on UN programs and all of that. So yes, there's a foundation, and I know they are present in every state of the country. I think that I am sure of. I know they're in Abuja, I know they're in Lagos, that I'm very sure of. And then they've reached out to me so many times, but I am really, really busy. You know, I've told myself, each time I tell myself I'm going to attend the meeting, somehow it doesn't happen. But I tell you, they're doing a lot. You know, they're trying to let people understand the reason for the pigmentation. They're letting people understand that, look, life goes on, you know, and then letting you know how to take care of yourself. Very important. A lot of us don't, you know, take adequate care of ourselves, you know, and the truth is that you have to love yourself. You have to take care of yourself before other people can love you. You have to be comfortable in your skin. That's one thing they do. They come together, you know, share ideas and all of that. You first have to be comfortable in your skin before others are comfortable with you. And I think they do all of that.
Okay. Yeah. So do you think there's enough awareness concerning this?
The truth is that there isn't enough awareness. There isn't enough, you know. So a lot of people are coming out, but, you know, some people are still, you know, shy and all of that. I don't think there's enough awareness. There's awareness, but I don't think it's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there any situation where this was, you know, came as a favor, as, you know, an advantage at any point?
Okay, I didn't get that. I really don't understand that.
Okay, well, was there any point where you had to be favored, or?
Oh yes. All right. Yes. I remember I was sent to Adamawa State for my youth service, and the first time the camp director saw me, the state coordinator said, "What are you doing here?" I'm here to serve like every other person. I do not like to be treated differently. And he was like, don't you want to go back home? I said, no, every other person is here. It's really hot here. I said, yes, I have my sunscreen. I have everything I need. Every other person is here, and I'm going to remain here. And I started camp and all of that. And there's this soldier, you know, like a commandant, you know, in the camp, who always never wanted me to be on any queue. He always exempted me. I tried to force myself, but he'd be like, no, go and sit down. The weather is not good for you. And then when I was in school, there were lecturers that did not allow me to stay on queues, especially when it was sunny. Yes, so.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that was wonderful. Is there any kind of, what's the biggest misconception that people have about this?
Okay. I think basically it's the fact that, okay, people think we're different. You know, different people have different conceptions. The Yorubas will say, oh, they say we're from the gods and all of that. You know, they call them a particular name in Yoruba, and then they just feel, oh, we're different, and probably not, you know, can't match up. But as far as I'm concerned, the only difference is the pigmentation. The only difference is we do not have melanin. Some people have some people do not have, some people cannot produce. Yes, that's the only difference. It doesn't mean that, and a lot of people have things. A lot of people, we are different. God has created us differently. We have fat. That's the way I see it. We have fat. We have slim. We have big. We have slim. We have, you know, tall. We have, and that's the way I see that. The albinism is just like that, just something like that. We're all different, and that's it. But a lot of people feel, oh, they're no good. That's the truth. And a lot of people feel, oh, they can't match up, or we can't match up. But that's not it. That's not it.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask. You said you have two children.
Pure, handsome. I have 2 wonderful boys.
Wonderful boys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, I wanted to know: is this hereditary? Is it a family thing? Is it genetic?
Well, I know scientifically it's genetic, it's hereditary, but I can't lay a finger on any family member who had it. Also, it could have been in any of my parents' gene. You know, probably it didn't come out. For example, I have recessive. I have a recessive gene in me, so I probably may not have an albino child. So it's possible either of my parents actually had the gene in them. It's very, very genetic. It's very, very hereditary. It's hereditary. But my 2 boys are dark, really dark.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how was it like, you know, your relationship with the opposite sex growing up with this pigmentation? How was it? How was the experience like?
All right. Well, someone else had this concern one time back then in Lagos. I was going to work that day, and a woman walked up to me and she was like, I love your skin and all of that. And then she says she has 3 albino children, I think 2 girls and a boy. And the first thing she asked me was, am I in a relationship? Yeah, that was the first thing she asked me. I'm like, at the time I was. And I said yes. And she was like, oh, okay. So how is it? I said, look, God will take care of them. Let them work on themselves. Be yourself. Be confident. The truth is, growing up, of course I did a lot of work on it. It didn't really matter to me, you know, because the truth is that when you meet me, maybe the first 2-3 times you see me as an albino, but later on, the truth is that you just forget, because I don't even give you the opportunity to treat me in a certain way. And in relationships, I've had, you know, several relationships. I know, of course, there were times that you hear friends say, I'm marrying an albino. And I took it as, it wasn't, yes, in the beginning it could have been offensive, but at some point I'm like, there are people that say, I can't marry a slim person. I can't marry a big, do you understand? I can't marry a short person. And that's the way I took it. That's your opinion. You know, that is your own opinion. And today I'm married to the most awesome man on earth. You know, and then he just sees me, and he told me that I spoke with him this morning or last night, and he said one of the things that attracted him to me was my confidence. You know, I'm not going to suck up to you for anything. I am me. I believe that we are different in our own way. Just the way, like I said, we have the bold, we have the slim, we have the tall. That's the way I see it, and it has helped me a lot. The truth is that when I walk into a room, I don't even notice if you're looking at me. Like, people, okay, I'm working with a group of friends, and they're like, they're looking at us. I say, no, they're looking at me, but forget it. I'm not even noticing it anymore. I think a lot of people should get to that point, seeing yourself as you're you. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. How was it like? Because, you know, thinking about this, you think that someone was going to expect that you would probably, you know, settle for less, you know. Well, how did you handle it with the expectations of people concerning as regards to your pigmentation?
Okay. Well, like I said, first thing, I learned to love myself, and then I learned to see myself as me. Like I said, just the way we have different kinds of people, that's how I am. And so when people walked up to me to, make me settle for things, for example, I'm in a relationship and you're telling me, oh, if you can't do this, we can't be together. Fine. We can't be together. But some people will feel, oh, I don't know if someone else will come my way. I don't know. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me at all. I set my rules. I remember even in school then, I'm writing an exam, I have an exam, sitting an exam, and you want to copy from me. Or probably you think, oh, if I don't let you see my answer, you can't be my friend. No problem. It's my principle. This is me. I do not talk during exams. I'm not going to talk to you, and that's it. So I think it all comes from a place of loving yourself and then being confident of who you are. Knowing that for me, knowing that God will take care of me. That's the truth. So you can't come up to me and say, oh, settle for this because you're going to get this from me. I'll get it somewhere else. I'm surely going to get it somewhere else if I cannot get it from you. So yeah, that kept me.
Okay, very explicit. Also, yeah, do you think time has actually changed the perception of people as regards to this condition?
Yes. A lot of people are getting more exposed. This generation is really, really exposed, or would I say it's the environment I find myself, because a lot of people see me now, some of them, like young people, see me now and say, oh, what country are you from? And I'm like, oh, unlike when I was growing up, I had people running around, oh, Igbo and all of that, some people would jeer, some people would laugh, some people do, lots of things, but now, it's as if things have evolved. People are well traveled. People are watching, documentaries. As a matter of fact, some people will tell you about your condition. Some people probably even know about it more than you. There are times that I'm at work. I'm like, oh, leave the sun. I'm like, oh, why? I'm like, it's not good for you. I know. Yesterday I was in the market. And the lady kept, because I usually like to wear long sleeve, but somehow I just had a scarf wrapped around. And the lady kept scolding me. Don't you know you're supposed to be under the sun? And all of that. So it was from a place of care. It wasn't from a place of mockery. It was from a place that, and I started smiling because I knew that she wasn't trying to be, she wasn't being bad. No, it was from a place of care. So things are changing. And yeah, people are beginning to open up their arms. People are beginning to embrace us. Yeah.
Okay. Also, yeah, what do you think is the role of the government, corporate organizations, and society as regards to this?
All right. Number one, equal opportunities. I feel that everybody, like the experience I shared, I feel like everybody should be, as long as you have it, you have all it takes, to be put in a particular position. I believe that everybody should be given fair opportunities. And I also feel that the government still has a role to play in terms of sensitivity, sensitization, in sense of sensitizing people, letting people understand, the condition, basically.
Yeah. If you're going to say anything to people of similar pigmentation, what are they going to tell? What are you going to tell?
Okay. So I'm going to tell people of similar pigmentation that be yourself, be confident, work on yourself, love yourself, take good care of yourself. Most important thing, love yourself, be comfortable. The truth is that if you don't love yourself, no one can. If you don't take care of yourself, people just probably look at you as, because I heard people say, oh, I heard a lot of albinos I've met have this body odor. How come you don't have it? Take care of yourself. Read a lot. I read a lot. I know the things I should do. I know the things I should not do. Read, go research. Most importantly, love yourself and then be confident.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't want this to end. Actually, I'm enjoying the conversation. Yeah. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Thank you. I'm a very faithful person. Thank you. The truth is that I was very, very honored when I got the invite, because I've been looking forward to something like this. I like it when, I like a platform where I encourage people, because I know that a lot of people out there are just in the background. They feel, oh, they can't match up, they can't meet up. You can get anywhere you want to go to. So this platform, the invite, to me is an honor. So I'd like to say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope to have you on some other time again.
Thank you. I hope to come again. Thank you.